Let me explain why I think this is happening now. By the way, you know, I've had a slug line on this program. Sometimes they go into commercial breaks, slug line, irritating the left for blah, blah. Little did I know that I have been irritating the Republican establishment all these years, but it's apparently now abundantly obvious that in addition to irritating the left, I have been irritating the Republican establishment, and this whole alternative media has. Now, one of the facts of life out there, folks, you and I, we are legitimately and properly frightened and scared. We are witnessing the decline of our country right in front of our eyes. We are witnessing the transformation of our country. We are witnessing a particular party do it with glee, and we are scared because the party we thought that we supported to stop it isn't interested in stopping it. They're interested in stopping us now, meaning opponents of what's happening. We don't want to lose our culture. We don't want Western civilization to take it on the chin. We don't want government to become so big and out of control that we lose our individual liberty and freedom and impetus and ambition and desire. We don't want to lose it. We don't want to lose the language. We don't want, but all of this is happening. People are losing their jobs, they're losing full-time status, all because of an Obamacare policy that the Democrats put in with not one Republican vote, but beyond that, the Republicans have done nothing substantive to stop it. So people are scared. We genuinely see a crisis that involves the future of the country. And a desire to maintain this country is founded. But the people inside the Beltway obviously see no such crisis, either party. To them, it's just politics as usual. To them, it's another campaign and another chance to win committee chairmanships in the Senate. And maybe if the cards go right, maybe we could win the White House now and then. But that's all it is. Outside of that, everything's normal. You got some unemployment, but you got some people doing well. Nothing's changed. You got immigration policy that's cool. Nothing's really changed. And these people that think the country's in crisis, like, oh, we're a bunch of kooks. We're crazies. We're out of control insurgents. Whereas the ruling class, the establishment, hey, things are fine for them. There isn't anybody where they live making 30 grand or less. There isn't anybody of substance out of work where they live. There isn't anybody that doesn't have the best health care in the country where they live. There isn't anybody without tremendous career opportunity where they live. So why would they even stop to think that we're in a crisis? And the people that think that we are, well, it's just nuts. It's just nuts. Look at the unemployment rate, 5.1%. What are these people, a bunch of kooks? They don't see the 94 million not working. Globalism, big deal. Got to compete. You know how you do that? You lower wages. That's how you compete with the rest of the world. You want to be a global competitor? You can't win if you have to pay your people more than they pay them in Sri Lanka or China or India or wherever. We can't lose to those people, and the only way we can compete is get our labor costs down. Hello, illegal immigration. That's what we're facing. We think it's a crisis. Many Americans are scared. Even those who have their jobs and have savings are still scared that it isn't going to hold up. They're scared that their kids aren't going to be able to do well. Inside the Beltway, this fright is mocked, made fun of, discredited as examples of extremism, which is what they think the new media is. I am convinced, by the way the drive-bys and the Democrat Party and the left are attempting to reconstitute their media monopoly is via Twitter and Facebook. In a way, Twitter, the sewer of Twitter and Facebook, is the left attempting to corral everyone into their playground, their way of thinking, and create a new legacy media to replace what the big three networks had back in 1988. You populate Twitter and Facebook with enough political activists disguised as citizens in their underwear in their basements just tapping out comments. and posting left-wing news stories from AP, Reuters, Washington Post, New York Times, and that's how you reconstitute your monopoly. You don't constitute a network media monopoly, but you constitute a mode of thinking monopoly by transferring your polluted, perverted way of thinking to social media to infect as many minds as possible who are incapable of critical thinking anymore because it isn't taught. Now, all of this, we have figured all of these years that we had a built-in obstruction. We had a built-in force that was going to help us and that we were helping at the same time stop all of this and win these political fights. And that, we thought, was the Republican Party.